Hello and welcome, Reds, to Late Night Live, instant post-match analysis of Liverpool's huge win. 6 points from a possible 6 over the last 2 weeks. A much better standing for the Reds tonight. Most importantly, as always, hit that subscribe button down below. Do drop a like on the video as well. If you are watching on the post-match as well, on the post, like once it's gone live, or the audio listeners, do get involved as well. Head over to the Discord, Anfield Index. The link is in the description. But if you're an Anfield Index Pro member, you'll be able to obviously open up lot more different categories as well in regards to obviously the subscription as well. But Eds, how are we after that result? A huge, momentous, phenomenal performance by Liverpool. Very much needed, especially after it's been a very difficult last couple of weeks as well for the Reds. But we always knew the quality was there, and just apologies, it was just slightly a bit late there, Reds. I was just listening to what Virgil van Dijk had to very much say. He was obviously being put up against obviously Daniel Sturridge, Walcott, Rooney, and Robbie Fowler as well. And it was good in Virgil, obviously, but as great captains do for Liverpool, you stand up with criticism. He said he wasn't happy with like Rooney's comments, but they're two big lads anyway, and Virgil was sound enough. He shook his hand and he cracked on really. But yeah, Virgil reacted. He said he didn't quite understand some of the comments from the pundits as well, but he's a big lad, and very much he and the team have reacted. He spoke about Virgil, some of the younger players. It's been kind of quite difficult in certain moments, obviously with new players coming in, but being the leader that Virgil van Dijk is, he's been an absolute colossal, really, and we all know, we've all said coming into this season, there's been a lot of rotation in certain moments. I do apologise, chats. Hopefully, obviously, I will try and get the comments up on what Arne Slot has had to say anyway. He's just obviously getting interviewed now anyway. But I've got a couple of comments, a couple of great statistics to come off the back of this game as well, Reds. But most importantly, get your man of the matches in the comment section below. As we said on the watch along, hopefully we don't have to see but Thibaut Courtois ever again. Hopefully, but obviously, if Madrid do progress into the last stages, it's going to be I think straight away, he's probably neutrals, man of the match, Thibaut Courtois. Some huge, big saves tonight anyway. But let's get to your comments as well. Most importantly, big up there, Dave. One of the best games Liverpool have played this season. Conor Bradley was worth £100 million tonight. 100% there, Dave. 5 a.m. in Bangkok. Happy days there, mate. But great support from you, Dave, and every single Red, whether in the UK or around the world. Liverpool Football Club wouldn't be at the football club it is without you, Dave, and all supporters watching and listening as well from every corner of the globe as well. Fantastic support as always, mate. Let's go, Reds. Pick up there, Reds. Yeah, he's in Bradley's back pocket as well. But staying, I'll take 1-0 to Liverpool. Aristo saying a strong, dominant performance from the Reds as well. Pick up there, Chris. Great win today. Always better when the jerks anyway in Real Madrid. Should have been a penalty, by the way, as well. Yeah, there's plenty to unpack, but we're straight away. Chris set us up perfectly. Straight into the penalty decision as well. Reds, what are we saying on that? For me, as we said in the watch long, I personally thought, Chris and chat, I thought that was going to be a bang-on penalty, given the ruling within European football. Typically, it does tend to be a lot more less lenient, really, with regards to the balls ricocheting, but it was deemed on the night that it was in a natural position from Tchouaméni. I felt it was a penalty. The majority of every Liverpool fan, you as well, Chris, should have been a pen, but thankfully, the lads found a way to win the game. We'll speak about the first half and go into the second half, and then general consensus, really, in regards to everyone's collective performance as well. But Chris has gone with man of the match for Zabozlai. Yeah, some great statistics as well. Same from Mateus, Conor Bradley 10, Vicinius Jr. 0. What a performance as well. Well, firstly, we'll get straight into the data points as well. We'll head over to Anfield Index's social media account as well. obviously shout out Dave as well, saying obviously that's 5 assists from Dave Davis, that is, on the social media. That's 5 assists from Szoboszlai already this season. What a level he is at right now. Yeah, he's right, Dave. Yeah, he's been tremendous, mate. And I know Dave's spoke to David Lynch and everyone that he's had on the shows already this season. But let's hope Dave and Reds, he just continue that upward trajectory, really, in terms of performance level. But we'll obviously speak about the first half in a little second, but we'll get through a couple of some fantastic statistics. Obviously, Mohamed Salah completed the most dribbles, 5, and won the most duels, 9, versus Real Madrid tonight. He also completed the most dribbles, 5, versus Aston Villa, and he is back with obviously the crown emoji for the audio listeners. But yeah, he's been extremely instrumental, and especially when you are playing aside. I spoke to Gags obviously after the Villa game, and yeah, we spoke about the ground duels Mo won, and just the general all game quality as well. But especially a game of this magnitude as well, especially on the transition. When Liverpool did get transition tonight, that's one thing, especially that statistic very much indicates is the ability for any great sides, especially Paris Saint-Germain last season, the ability of their wingers, Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué as well, Dembele, they were really good coming back. The prime years of Liverpool under Sadio Mane, Salah and Firmino as well. But the work rate from Salah, especially doubling up in those positions, as Chat already alluded to about Conor Bradley as well. We'll speak about him very glowingly as well, but I think it massively helped out. But especially when a game of this magnitude, playing up against opposition of this caliber, those 2-on-1 opportunities, especially in those overlapping opportunities, Caceres as well, Carreras, doubling up in some opportunities. But you know what? Salah really come back, and those statistics very much indicate a tremendous hard work and performance from Mohamed Salah as well. So he's right, Mo, lad. Another statistic to come from tonight's game, Alexis McAllister won the most tackles, 3, and of course scored the winning goal against Madrid tonight. He completed 91% passing accuracy of tonight, a brilliant overall performance, 100%, tremendous Macca. And as we all know at Reds, we all know when every Liverpool fan over the last couple of months has very much analysed Alexis. He is not very much been playing at his maximum level. Of course, the injuries have sustained coming into this season as well haven't very much interrupted the season. But I tell you what, I'd say give it another 2-3 weeks. Well, the disappointing thing is the international break as well, though, Reds. But I think give it another 2-3 weeks post international break. I think we will very much see a greater output from Macca. He's slowly but surely getting back into his rhythm, and we all know Macca takes a couple of weeks to get running up to speed, really, in certain seasons, especially at Brighton as well. But yeah, a tremendous header tonight, a tremendous delivery, but thankfully Macca was in the penalty box, and still one of the smallest lads on the pitch. Surprised us all in the penalty box, but obviously back-to-back goals against Real Madrid at Anfield, which is fantastic, really, in all honesty. A tremendous performance as well. In terms of heading over to a tweet from Ben Bosak as well, obviously Conor Bradley made the most recoveries, 7, won 100% of his tackles, 3 out of 3, and completed the most passes into the final third for Liverpool tonight, and that was registered 10 for Liverpool tonight. Simply sensational, 100%. Bench. We can very much echo those words, mate. A tremendous performance. Chat, man of the match performance from you. Certainly did put in an absolute stellar shift as well, and a little very much the final little data point, really. Statistics to come into this game. We'll look at the first half and second half. But Florian Wirtz created the most chances tonight. That is obviously 5 for the audio listeners. Whilst he was on the pitch, he also made the most recoveries in midfield in terms of getting the ball back. He was absolutely everywhere. What a player. Certainly. He's growing in confidence. And as we said at the top of the show, as I said about Virgil van Dijk, just speaking about some of the players have struggled. This is understandable. Obviously, playing at Liverpool Football Club, the pressure cooker that it is. But the main thing is flow. tries to just, it's difficult to shut out the outside noise. But he's doing his performances like tonight and just needs to keep his head down, keep on grafting, keep on working hard, because especially me, the majority of us, we all know, tends to be the outsides of Liverpool, really. But let them talk, really. Florian Wirtz is a world-class footballer, and eventually when he grows in confidence, grows in stature, grows in belief in himself, but most importantly, if he puts in performances like that tonight on a consistent level, which he will. And I know coming into this game, everyone was like, obviously, Wirtz off the left-hand channel as well. Obviously did come in, but he made that desired impact. And it's the beauty of Liverpool Football Club. We've got Gakpo off the left. We've got Wirtz tonight in certain games. So that's how you win trophies, Reds. Making a squad that is fully capable, compact with quality across the pitch. Similar with Isaac and Ekatike. There'll be games when Isaac's eventually back up to run, when both lads are up to full speed, Ekatike and Isaac. Some games they'll play together. Some games they'll both pivot. One coming on, one coming off as well. Do apologise, chat. I don't know what's happening with my screen there. If you can see on the videos, bloody motion. Looks like motion sickness on the camera. I do apologise, chat. Bit scary. Bit of Harry Potter there, really. Must be the green screen. I think it is. But chat, yeah, a couple of statistics, really, anyway. Interesting in that regard. But bear with me 1 second. We'll have a little look in terms of the first half, then the second half, and we'll speak about the key big moments, really, as well. But let's get to all your comments. Courtois isn't human. It's from Mateus. Isn't human, by the way. Should have won that at least 3-0. Yeah. Hopefully we don't have to see him for another 12 months, really, mates, because he has been for a very long time and he will go down as one of the greatest ever goalkeepers to play the game, really. Top class goalkeeper. Obviously Manuel Neuer speaks for himself. Gianluigi Buffon as well. But I think in terms of Thibaut Courtois as well, if he has another 5-6 solid seasons, the back end of his career, he's already up there anyway. But in terms of longevity, he's been tremendous as well. Mad to think that obviously Chelsea got rid of him as well. But when Real Madrid come calling for your players, as we know, with a certain right back, they go anyway. But yeah, shades of the Paris final. But thankfully for tonight, we eventually got one past them as well. What a performance. Big up there, Ozan. What a performance from everyone, especially Connor Bradley, Jack lads. Big up there, mate. Yeah, obviously our former right back was on the bench. Did come on to a chorus of Goodison Park boos, but it was Anfield boos. It sounded like Goodison for a little second tonight, but quite rare we see boos. But it was, it was expected, really. I found it mad. I think we all did. The media builds up, certain journalists and media, non-Liverpool outlets, of course, they were saying, we hope you get it. I think Dave mentioned it this morning on his show, on the Fan View as well, saying, and he's perfectly just said, expect the boos tonight. And yeah, we found it mad that it was the Amazon interview that was done. But yeah, we certainly wasn't. There was on the commentary, they said that there was some Liverpool fans, and of course, but the majority of the Anfield faithful tonight were, and certainly everyone already in the watch on comments was booing anyway, and probably wherever you were watching tonight were as well. But you know what, Reds, we carry on. No player is bigger than Liverpool Football Club as well, and we've got Connor Bradley, we've got Frimpong. Frimpong needs to stay fit anyway, but you know what? No player is ever bigger than this football club, and certainly for anyone really. The one thing that's most important is the badge on the front, as always. Players will come and go, but thankfully, hopefully in the future, Liverpool will continue to bring a conveyor belt of world-class footballers in, and that's how you could be. That's how you're consistent, really, isn't it, in terms of just winning trophies as well. But yeah, he's tremendous, Ozan. But yeah, as a team, Mateus saying, but as a team, just brilliant. Szoboszlai without Courtois. Could have had 2 goals. Ekatike at least 1, and Salah the same. Just blew it out of the water, really. If it didn't we? That's 1-0. So misleading. Yeah, but when you're playing that caliber of goalkeeper, mate, we all, as I think, funny enough, and Van Dijk, if you haven't seen the interview, you probably see it tonight or listen to it. He just said, I think he spoke to Robbie Fowler after the game. He's like, yeah, sadly there was 11 players on the pitch, and in terms of a world class player, of course, you can critique some of the chances. Could have put it slightly, especially with that Van Dijk header, but at the end of the day, even if Van Dijk put that to either side of Courtois and that big chance he had on the header, Courtois probably would have saved it anyway, even if it was to his left or right anyway, considering the form he was in. Ibu Konate, Joel Matip. Yeah, it was a Joel Matip-esque performance from Ibu Konate. A lot of speculation over the last couple of weeks and months, really, of Ibu. Obviously, the remainder of his contract running down. But yeah, Ibu, tremendous again. We'll get to him anyway. The Reds are saying massive performance by Bradley tonight. Chris saying, glad to see them get the second ball consistently. Yeah, hopefully it continues against City. And that's the thing, Chris. I know you spoke on a lot of Reds as well when you spoke to Gags as well on the post-match. Some of the ones I've been on as well, but the other lads as well this season. That's been one of the most frustrating things prior to the Villa game. You'd always put yourself in such a perilous position if you just lose in the second and third balls. But tonight and against Aston Villa, normality certainly has resumed. But I think a lot of it, and as I spoke to Gags and when I've done on the watch-longs as well, it's just down to confidence. And I know, of course, when you're playing for Liverpool, players do succumb to some bad form. City last season, when they went on their horrendous run, Arsenal will hit, hopefully, a bit of bad form as well. And if they do, that's when Liverpool need to be continuing playing the football we are. But football are humans at the end of the day, and that's what just world class footballers in this team, Meds, and that's what what's frustrating about us. But as Van Dijk said, just he appreciated on after the full time whistle, he done the interview with Amazon. He said he appreciated the great support that a lot of Liverpool fans have given as well. But he said obviously the noise sometimes just gets a bit mad from outside. But the main thing is, as always, majority of us will critique some games, but the main thing is you get behind the lads, get behind the team, get behind the manager, and that's the Liverpool way always. But yeah, we're back, and let's hope it would be a positive free, well, more than positive, be amazing if we can make it 9 points out of a possible 9 over the last 10 days as well. Tremendous. Liverpool are back. We'll find out on the weekend, mate. But I'll tell you, chat, we'll probably take a draw against City. But chat, we'll get to all your comments in a little second. We'll go straight through to the first half analysis in regards to statistically speaking as well. So let me get my notes up in terms of what I've made. Some of the key moments on the watch along. Sorry, chat. Great if we can actually find the page. But as you can see there, Eds, in terms of the overall game, Liverpool dominated. In terms of the XG, really. For the audio listeners, Liverpool gathered 2.58 XG compared to Real Madrid 0.45. Liverpool 39% possession to Real Madrid 61% possession. But that is tremendous. I know the ball possession, you want to be having a lot more ball progression. But what we've all said, and certainly for me this season, I've said for the last couple of months, last couple of weeks, really, we don't always have to play in the front foot, and especially when you are playing against a side like Real Madrid, and probably very similar passages of play against Manchester City at the Etihad. You'd expect the Pep side to have a lot of the ball, but more of this on the weekend as well. Sitting in deep, being a lot more structured, and being an absolute nuisance to get past as well. But Liverpool dominating total shots, 17 to Real Madrid's 8. 9 total shots on target. Only Real Madrid, we limited Real Madrid to only 2 shots on target in the whole game. That's tremendous, considering Real Madrid have only been beaten once, or they've been beaten for the second time this season, Reds. The last defeat they suffered was at the hands of their Madrid rivals a couple of weeks ago, a thumping 5-2 loss in that game as well. So it just goes to show how much of a tremendous performance and what a performance it is. Because this Real Madrid side have been playing really well, as we know, Reds. But in terms of, so big chances Liverpool 4 to Real Madrid's 1. And that is much better than Liverpool. Like, less possession, but what we've done with the ball is absolutely tremendous. We're being a lot more clinical. So when we're picking up the ball, penetrating from deep as well, getting those attacking opportunities, much better. But firstly, we'll have a little look at the first opening 45 minutes, Reds. Liverpool's XG obviously was a lot more low down, considering we grew into the game in the second half. Bear with me a second. Just trying to get the notes up. Chat, get your score predictions in anyway. I can try and find the page. But let's get your man of the matches in as well. There we go. Do apologise. That's very unprofessional of me. There we go. So the 27th minute, obviously a big opportunity. I think it was a Dominic Szoboszlai as well. A lovely ball down that right-hand side, drifted in to the penalty box as well. But in terms of obviously the big moments, the first 45 was obviously the disallowed penalty. We spoke about that anyway. Wanted to mention a crucial interception from Ibu Konate as well. A very critical interception on the 41st minute. I think if you cast your minds back in the opening half, first half, Kylian Mbappe was prowling just behind the Frenchman anyway. But that would have presented Mbappe with a one-on-one opportunity against Mamardashvili. An instrumental, crucial interception for me on the 41st minute as well. Obviously, strong save by Courtois to deny Dom on the 42nd minute as well. Liverpool finished the first half really a lot more stronger in regards to Thibaut Courtois just making some very big, sublime saves, really. Obviously, shots on target in the first half, 4. And then, obviously, you look at the XG, McAllister on the 45th minute, plus 2 minutes added on. It was a long shot from range anyway. But you had just a Szoboszlai one. That's got an XG of 0.42 expected goal, shot on goal as well. So a big opportunity for Dom. But obviously at the edge of the box there, Maka not too favourable there. But it's big moments from Dominic Szoboszlai as well. But a staff, I think that's what I made the notes as well. A big strong hand to Courtois' right-hand side. It might look on the television cameras, and for the majority of us, that looks like Courtois. For a player of his standard, he makes things a bit similar when we watch Alisson as well. Like when you've got goalkeepers of that caliber making strong hand. Many goalkeepers, that would have been a bit more of a sloppy, of a weaker hand to his right-hand side, and that probably would have went in from Dominic Szoboszlai as well. But a tremendous save to his bottom right anyway. Many of the big saves that he did have in the opening 45-minute period as well. But you look at, obviously, in terms of shots on target for Real Madrid, 2 shots on target. So that's tremendous. You're going from, that's fantastic. That's a much improved. More of that on the weekend as well, though, Red. So Madrid had the 2 shots on target in the opening 45 minutes, and they didn't have any more for the remainder 50 minutes after that as well. So we look at Madrid's opportunities, Gulla, the Bellingham opportunity as well. That is a crucial save. I know the XG is 0.9 with that, but even still, when he cut inside, Mamardashvili didn't have much to do tonight. But that opportunity for me, how many times have we seen Kevin Keller when he's been called upon? Obviously doing really well at Brentford. But Mamardashvili done a tremendous. It might, on the grand scheme of things, it obviously Liverpool win the game 1-0. But when he was called upon tonight, Mamardashvili, even if it looks the basic, but historically he's always had a decent game against Real Madrid. Man of the match performance last time he faced them in La Liga as well for Valencia a couple of months ago anyway. But for me, just a crucial save. It was very Alisson-esque in regards to just when we watch Ali between the 6 for Liverpool over the years, you'd expect him just to very much make those comfortable saves, and hopefully that is a sign of things to come really for the next couple of years as well. Post Alisson Becker, hopefully Ali's between the 6 for the next couple of seasons anyway. But it was a good, comfortable save, but a save at a crucial moment on the stroke of half time. It was very much needed as well. But you look at the XG, the chances that Liverpool give Real Madrid. Look at the XG, 0.7. And as I spoke to Gags as well last week, he mentioned, and I am learning, he spoke about, obviously, you look at the shot maps on the edge of the penalty box. Look at where Real Madrid are having their shots. only one shot inside the penalty area in that opening 45 minutes, and that was Jude's chance. Much better. So what Liverpool, it's no magical mystery, but the work rate from Liverpool centre halves, and especially the number 6 double pivots as well of Gravenberch and McAllister, and even the work rate ahead of him as well. Mentioned Salah, Wirtz, Hugo as well, off the ball movement. That's what's going to be needed come at the end of May. The players know it. We all know it. But I'm much more like Liverpool in the first opening 45 minutes as well. But transitioning to the second half, and just look at this shot map, really, from the second half. Absolutely, the majority, apart from one of the opportunities for Liverpool, that obviously come from a Dominic Szoboszlai situation free kick. It was more or less Adam anyway, but you look at the shots, really, total shots, 7 of the 8 shots for Liverpool in the second half were all inside Real Madrid's penalty area. That is much, 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 much better from Liverpool, from what we've been doing prior to the Villa game as well. We're creating opportunities, but come what in post-international break and hopefully on the weekend, eventually all that will turn on its head and we'll start getting a lot more luck in our game. We'll be getting ricochets hopefully in a couple of weeks, and things will start to be falling for us. But the main thing that we continue to do is that off-the-ball movement, the fluidity, and most importantly, the pressing of just suffocating teams. Keep on working hard for every single one of them as well. But yeah, it's tremendous, Reds. You're looking at, obviously, Madrid's, as I said, no shots on target for Madrid. And that's a tremendous service to the lads in the penalty box, Bradley, Van Dijk, Kanate, and the other lads in front of Mamardashvili. So second half, Mamardashvili had a very quiet night, but that's how we'd like it for Ali and Mamardashvili as well. So yeah, 3 shots for Real Madrid, 1 shot on the edge of the box, and 2 shots that were very much misses as well. So long may it continue, but a tremendous performance from Liverpool Reds. Just having a little look on that. But in terms of player performances, Reds, let us know. Just having a little look at that. We'll have a little look at the data points as well. But for me, Reds, I do apologise, didn't give the man in a match. But for me, I know Macaron, we're looking at Foot Mob for the audio listeners. They've got it. They've went with McAllister, obviously the match winner, getting the goal, which is understandable. But for me, I'm going to go Dominic Szoboszlai again. We know everyone, the way they analyse football is very different, and that's the beauty of football as well. Certain people, when they analyse it, pick up on different things as well. But for me, I just love the work rate of Dominic Szoboszlai. We've alluded to some of the great statistics at the top of the show as well, really. But his work rate from Dom tonight, and even the ability to try and penetrate the Madrid backline and midfield as well, but mainly that delivery, obviously got himself a crucial assist. The free kicks, obviously Liverpool scoring from his resulting free kick, the ball into the penalty box. Obviously, Mac has still got a job to do, but it's all about, for me, that delivery, the ability to whip that ball around the back line of Real Madrid. A tremendous opportunity created from Dom. Shots on target, 4 out of 5, which is, as we've already looked at the shot map, a lot of those were, but in the second half, the majority of them were inside the penalty box. But he's had a very stellar performance for me tonight, Reds. 54 touches, accurate crosses, 3 out of 3, accurate long balls, 3 out of 7. Bit low on that, really, but it's good to see that Dom and a lot of Liverpool players, especially we've looked at the possession-wise, a lot of those long searching balls, looking to try and hit the ball up to Hugo Ekitike on the counter-attack, because we're sitting in deep. We did tonight, and that's very much probably a similar game plan that we'll find out at the weekend. And coming into the next couple of weeks as well, though, that's sitting in deep, being a lot more compact. Of course, when there'll be games where Liverpool will be a lot more reliant on the ball, have a lot more in possession. But I'm liking what Arne Slotter's doing, certainly over the last 2 weeks as well. It was much needed. Just basic, fundamental defensive football. Shut up shop. Be defensively resolute. Be a lot more defensively resolute. Be a lot more difficult to break down as well. But yeah, Dom, tremendous. Ground jewels, we won't look at them. In terms of ground jewels, not the best tonight, Dom. But in terms of his ability and pressing wise, very disappointing for my liking. I don't think Dom or any of us will be looking at them, but we'll let him off anyway. But I think in terms of him, very much, he's always the main pressing trigger in this Liverpool team in terms of off the ball triggers. Even when Liverpool have been disappointing and in certain weeks, Dom's always been that. And you'd always need that one trigger in the team to very much initiate the press, whether that's Ekatike, Viet, or Salah even tracking back really well. But yeah, tremendous. Reds, get your man in the matches in as well. Need to move on to Sunday now. Yeah, certainly there. Robbie, 100%, mate. Yeah, straight away, as we said on the post match, on the watch along, chat. All the focus does now go on to very much Manchester City. But yeah, it's we're doing good, mate, aren't we? Keep on getting your comments in as well, Ed. If you haven't already done so, do drop a like on the video as well. Storm, Hijack, come watch the game as on the plane. Who was the man in the match today, buddy? For me, it was my personal one was Dominic Szoboszlai, but you could certainly throw in Conor Bradley. You could throw in the centre halves. You could throw in certainly McAllister getting the winner. You could certainly throw in Fleury and Wirtz and Salah on the wings. Hugo had a bit of a quiet game again tonight. Me and Gag spoke about it last week against Villa. And I think Gag's mentioned, how do we get the best out of Ekatike? A game like this tonight, it's difficult for Hugo, especially when you're coming up against this calibre of opposition as well. Very small margins. Long term, in terms of Hugo, what he can learn from tonight, for me, I'd like to see a bit more in terms of better build-up, in terms of backing into centre halves. But let's not forget, he's still a young lad. He'll learn that and get better. But games like tonight, especially in the big moments in Champions League semi-finals, quarters, hopefully finals this season, we need to see more from him. But it's another opportunity for Hugo to learn tonight. And there was spells really. But yeah, when you're coming up against Real Madrid, you're not going to get many opportunities. But tonight, Liverpool created a lot of big opportunities, which is promising, certainly as well. But Hugo, he scored a lot of goals already this season, and I'm pretty sure if we are to face Real Madrid in the latter stages of the competition, confident Hugo will get a goal or two anyway. But Conor Bradley as well, but Andy Robbo again tonight, chat. I alluded to that last week. Great to see. We all wish Robbo was 25, 26 and he played for another 5 years, but he's going to the twilight of his career. But it's no surprise Liverpool have kept consecutive clean sheets, back-to-back games. And I think that a lot of it, not just down to Robbo, but I think his ability to marshal the back line, make Van Dijk just calm down a bit. He's Van Dijk back to his best, but I think in terms of structurally, as a back line, there's a lot more of a better understanding. And Conor Bradley and Ibu, I think massively, the lads at the back line, even Mamardashvili as well, I'll include with that, has helped with Andy Robbo coming in and just being that calming voice, and most importantly, a tremendous performance. Have a little look in terms of his ground jewels as well. Ground jewels 4 out of 6, 1 for Robbo. Aerial jewels 1 out of 1. So not too bad of a performance. Passing wise, yeah, quite high really. 83%, 24 out of 29 accurate passes. So not too bad for Andy. Just go to these. He's 31 in each chat. He's but in terms of Van Dijk, let's have a little look. Passing wise, 81 percentile. Shots on target, 1 area. Accurate long balls. So what that does indicate for the audio listeners, we're looking at Van Dijk's accurate long balls, 5 out of 11. And as we've already said tonight on the post match, Liverpool sitting a lot more deeper. We've all watched the game tonight, and probably if you do watch the game back, a lot more of that ability to try and go long. This is what I was saying about Hugo Ekatike learning and getting better, which he will. Of just trying to hold that ball up a bit more better than he has. But Van Dijk trying to play those diagonal balls. Just looked at Robbo's accurate long balls as well. And yeah, that's something that Liverpool will. That's how you win a lot more games as well. Just another element of Liverpool's game under Arne Slot that we will certainly develop in the years to come as well. Hopefully this season as well. But yeah, let's quickly have a little look at Gravenberch. Statistically speaking, accurate passes 86 percentile, really good passing accuracy. Ground duels 2 out of 4, and especially when you are coming up against a caliber of opposition. Arda Güler, the former Fenerbahce attacker midfielder as well. Bellingham, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Vinicius Jr., they can really kill you on the counter-attack, as we all know. Obviously, in the counter-attack in the Champions League final. But players of that caliber and what they've done really well this season, Real Madrid, is suffocating. From the little brief highlights that I've seen this season, they've done really well on the counters in terms of just really punishing teams. And the fact that we've been able to just limit Real Madrid to no shots on target in the second half, that's good. It's more than good going. All the lads tonight, to a man, even the lads on the bench that didn't even get a game. It's just about building on this now, because just massive performance. And we go again against Manchester City on the weekend as well. But I think let's get to all your comments as well. Maybe 1 second there, chat. Make sure. I do apologise if you have missed your comment, not being intentional, chat. We'll just have a little quick scroll up for the YouTube comments. Chris has gone with his man in the match, Szoboszlai. Tremendous tonight, mate, Annie. Not many midfielders better than Szoboszlai at the moment. It's from Mateus. Than Szoboszlai at the moment. Our future captain for him, I'm sure. But Bradley, my God, dominating today. Yeah. More of that, Conor Bradley, please, mate. But I think even some of us, and certainly me, sometimes you kind of forget how young a lot of these Liverpool players are when you're trying to analyse them. But it's all part of the learning process. Gerrard, when he come into this side, Gerrard went on to be the player that we all know he was. But what Gerrard never give up. All the ex-players that played with Gerrard in training or come up against him as well, and even fans and neutrals as well, just that ability just to come in from training to a match day, there was no difference. 100%, 110% every single day. And that's what Conor Bradley and all the Liverpool players have got to be doing. And that's what they have done this season. But it's good to see the last 2 weeks they've put in the performance that you deserve, really. But it's all about hard graft as well. I'm very much not thrown in the towel in terms of very much early stages already in November. I know it was difficult, but a long way to go anyway, chat. But Tom, yeah, interesting there, Mateus. Interesting chat, you think, Tom? Obviously, he's captain of the Hungary national side, certainly captain material, but that's the beauty of Liverpool. We've got so many captains, so many leaders in the dressing room, and that's how Liverpool will continue to be successful in years to come as well, continuing that process. But yeah, sorry there, but I've already read that one from Storm. Liverpool's the biggest club in the world. Oh, yeah, we are, mate. Big up there, Steve. Doing well. Need to show that on Sunday. This is from Robbie. Sorry there, mate. I read that, but just quickly scrolling down anyway. Best team won. Namadash had nothing to do. Big up there, Taz. We played differently. Let them play possession. And yeah, I'm guessing you just tuned in for like the last 10 seconds anyway. Yeah, great tactics tonight, mate. Yeah, as we've said, sat in deep, allowed them to have the ball and try and, well, very much hit them on the break. But in terms of just break, like when we had the opportunities, we done really well, and especially the crosses into the penalty area. Sadly, on another night, we would have won that 3 or 4-0, wouldn't we? With Thibaut Courtois. But big up there, Taz. Bradley, man of the match for Taz. Yeah, Bradley, man of the match, 100% there, mate. Madrid probably underestimated. Do you reckon, Reds? I don't think they underestimated us, because it's difficult, really. As we said, prior to coming into this game, they'd only lost 1 game in La Liga. They were undefeated in Europe as well, playing Marseille and other teams. But yeah, it's difficult. I don't think they underestimated us, but I think they were not that they'd be surprised, but I expected more from Madrid, and being honest, I think we all did. But that's one thing that Xabi Alonso does command from his players, especially in his time in Germany, winning the league. He had Florian Wirtz, he had Grimaldo, Frimpong, he had Granit Xhaka playing out of his skin, really, in the midfield for Leverkusen. But he's gone to Sunderland, he's done really well. But one thing, if you are a player of Xabi Alonso, you need to work hard. And there was a couple of players on that team to Real Madrid tonight, even though you've done well, but a game like tonight, I'm pretty sure Xabi Alonso would have certainly told a couple of those players, you need to run a bit more harder if we do face Liverpool in a couple of months' time in the future. Yeah, 100% there. Ozan without Courtois would have been 3 or 4-0. But sadly, we play against 11 men as well. But Eds, yeah, I think we've very much covered notes as well. Tremendous again from Anfield. I know I mentioned that with Gags last week on the weekend, but Anfield, not that it needs an introduction really. We all know how good the Anfield faithful, and even I think we all heard the boos from everyone from every corner of the globe for Trent anyway. But I'm just happy we can just get past that now and focus on a great right back that we've got, Connor Bradley, still a young lad that will develop. Obviously, he had a couple of great challenges tonight again, and it's always great to get the crowd on song even more than we did tonight as well, which is great. But Salah, great. Suppose like Ekatike, still a learning process for Hugo tonight, but it's quite part and parcel. He's going to learn from that. Vert's tremendous. Mama spoke about it. I think we've more or less spoke about all the lads that have come on and even the subs. But yeah, shout out to Arna as well. Don't think I've analysed his game. A lot was asked of him 2-3 weeks ago as well. Of course, being a manager, he knows himself. The expectations weigh very heavily on many managers that manage Liverpool. But he's figured a way of getting back to basics. But as the lads probably on the Under Pressure podcast, that's going to be out very soon as well. Reds probably will indicate. I know Dan commented on obviously me and Gags' post match on the Gags Hand and Show about the aerial bombardments of previous teams. Villa, for some reason, played not the least amount of long balls against Liverpool at the weekend, and probably similar as well. And apologies, I sort of checked the amount of long ball. Real Madrid didn't do long balls, did they, tonight? They are a team that likes to play and control games and be on the front foot. Probably a bit. It's not like we played at Burnley tonight or teams that we played in the Premier League. We like the two results that we've had in the last couple of weeks. Teams that want to be playing football the right way, and there's been no surprise really that Liverpool have won both games in terms of. But the real question marks will come in the next couple of weeks when we are again coming up against those long ball teams. But hopefully with the confidence boost of hopefully 9 points out of 9 post the international break, then that's where Liverpool will grow from strength to strength. But there's bigger tests to come. But I'm pretty sure the lads, if they keep on working hard, and we'll get behind them at every opportunity as well. But Eds, I'll be in your host, Chap McIndoe. Lou will be very much back in the future as well, obviously covering the Champions League midweek games on Late Night Live, but pretty sure Lou will be covering some future shows to come in the coming weeks as well. So Reds, keep an eye on that as well. But Lou, thank you, mate. If you are watching or listening, thank you for letting me come on and cover for you tonight. Reds, as I said, massive thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight. You are watching on the repeat as well. Do get your comments in. Once this video has gone out live, do always get your comments in the comment section below. We'll always try to reply to you as well on the repeat. But Reds, if you are new to Anfield Index, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below as well. Head over to obviously the Anfield. Obviously, it was always Liverpool, the Substack, where you can listen, where you can read articles of all the great, the best journalists in the Liverpool scene when it comes to articles. Some of the best up and coming, and some of the most very well respected. So check out It Was Always Liverpool as well. Over 75 free podcasts per month free at Anfield Index. Head over to anfieldindex.com/podcast to find out even more. As you can see there in the video printer, a brand new Substack. It was always Liverpool.com. www.itwasalwaysliverpool.com as well. But Reds, a massive thank you for everyone tuning in. Yeah, as Chris has said there, El Burnley. Yeah, but I think that'll be the biggest barometer, biggest test really, won't it, in a couple of weeks' time. Obviously, we have been playing against teams that like to play and play probably into Liverpool's hands, but we can only play what's in front of us, Reds. And I'm really proud, like all of us are really proud of the lads' performance tonight. that was a huge win, and so it was against Villa. But when you play for Liverpool, every game is pivotal, really, because we want to be competing for league titles and trophies and everything. But Reds, I will see you, and yeah, I'll see you on the weekend. Man City, strap in there. Hopefully, it's 9 wins from 9. Well, not 9 wins from 9. 9 points out of 9 over the last couple of weeks, anyway. I wish it was 9 wins out of 9. We'd take that, certainly, overs. But Reds, have a lovely rest of your Tuesday evening or Wednesday if you are watching this on the repeat. Have a fantastic start to your day, anyway, tomorrow, Wednesday, or whenever you're watching. Thank you, as always, Reds, and thank you to Anfield Index for letting me do the shows and everything as well. Love it. But Reds, look after yourself. There'll be a little preview for the YouTube side, a little 10-15 minute preview tonight or in around tomorrow morning anyway, Wednesday morning of the post-match Raw. But if you are a pro subscriber, you'll be able to listen to that podcast, Trev and Dave and the lads, in its full entirety if you're a pro subscriber as well. But Reds, as always, thank you. Drop your man in the matches in the comments if you are watching on the repeat. Let us know your thoughts on the game. But for now, Reds, I've been your host, Jack McIndoe, and I will see you at the weekend for the City game. Up the Reds, much more like Liverpool as well. Ta-ra, Reds. Look after yourself.